Back everyone to another episode of your daily dose. We are on a Discord members account. We'll call them H because I can't read Chinese or Korean or whatever writing that may be. Whatever those symbols are, we're just going to go with H. I don't think they've done any of their dailies because they are on the EU server, so it would have just reset. That is a-okay. We don't really need to do that for the purpose of this video. But basically, they have asked us to come in and check out their account, do some adjustments, and see whether or not we can potentially just make things flow a little bit better. Now, I do notice that you are the Wei Nation, so very interesting. I want to say that the first thing I want to say is Papa Chu's cool. I like Papa Chu. I like Papa Chu. I like Liao Zhang. I really do. I even to an extent like Xiao Pi, even though really he doesn't do a lot of damage, he's a very, very, very menacing hero. But in saying all of that, I feel like Hojo is a bit of a letdown. I realize why you're running Hojo, and it's purely because, well, I mean, it's either him or Xiao Xiao. Honestly, Jar Jar's probably a little bit better, but if you are just after the power, Hojo can stick around. I mean, let's have a look in your bag. Let's have a look first. What's going on in your bag? Is there any opportunities? You really clean your bag out every single day. I can tell you don't really save very much. Nope, stamina pill is all gone. Okay, you're living on the edge. Living on the edge. Not that that is a bad thing. What can I say? I feel like most players that play every day religiously, they will, of course, have a very similar looking bag space. So there's not really any wiggle room there. But let's have a look to see potentially if there's anything else that we can, I guess, look at in terms of your structuring. How's your indexes looking? I don't really need that button. You've got all of your legendaries, I assume? I assume you've got all your legendaries unlocked. You haven't? Okay, alright. That would be my first thing to start to suggest to work towards. Mainly because these events are going to offer you a great deal of opportunity to acquire some of those legendary shards. Now, I wouldn't expect people to do the mythics. I myself do not have all the mythics, but what I am thinking though is, potentially, we'll grab those. I won't do the spins. You can do that later yourself. Have you done your missions? Have you done your missions? So you need to do that one. We'll go ahead and auto encounter clear. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Which one are you up to? You are up to this one. Actually, do we need to? Probably need to finish this off for you. Let's actually have a look to see how the team is going in terms of PvE. We will speed this up though because that would just infuriate me. We're gonna go to 9, level 9 all the way. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? What do you need to do? Clear area. Claim. Oh, you already claimed it. Okay. We don't need to do that one then. That's fine. So, I don't know what you do in the auto encounters. Have you done perfect clears on everything? Interesting. I mean, well, if that's what you want to do, but I think we'll just blitz through there. We'll grab the rest of those. The reason being is I'm probably going to buy some things in the shop to see if we can do some power-ups that way. How many we got there? 0 of those owned. I'm going to assume that you will be working on getting some of these ones. Ooh, very nice. Okay, well, that is fortuitous. We did manage to find something to fight, and of course you can get some shards because of it. So slot 1 Sharpie makes sense. You are running the... Okay, interesting. All right, well, I mean... yeah, I mean, it works. It works. I'm curious. I'm curious. Running the Mythic Sword on Xiao for round 1 Ultimate does work. You have Moonlight Dance slot 1, which is the preferred method. One thing, I mean, it really just comes down to preference at this stage. You can run Xiaoji with the Mythic Sword for round one Void, or at least her ultimate coming off, but to be honest, yeah, Xiao P works. Xiao P works. Um, hmm, interesting. Very interesting. Ah, you are running a double Xiaoji. Interesting. Well, you're going to have a lot of voids on the field, that is for sure, because they do stack. Hmm. But it does feel like you're lacking a little bit of damage. Am I right or am I right? It just feels like you're lacking a bit of damage, unfortunately. And that's the kind of crux of it is yeah. Unfortunately, Xiao P is a support hero where a lot of other nations actually got DPSs for, well, should I say DP? Well, yeah, yeah, they did. They actually got DPSs for their Generation 4s, which kind of sucks. Because in a lot of instances, Sun Quan, is it Sun Quan, Sun Jian, and obviously Dong Zhao. Um, yeah, and of course Wei Yan. Yeah, and then of course you got the CC. Kind of missed out there, and actually the Generation 5 isn't that fantastic for this nation either, which is. Zhao Dun, I love him, but at the same time, out of all of the Generation 5s, he really doesn't stack up that great. I think he has a passive ability where he dies, if I'm not mistaken, which kind of makes sense. You would run the Phoenix Sword on him to proc that, but geez, this is definitely taking a long time. Let's skip ahead. You got to around 20, but it's problematic. And I want to say this: it's very problematic that your Sharpie is out DPSing your War God. So for this nation, War God is still going to be your main carry hero um, compared to all the other heroes. Uh, Interesting. So let's just go and do some adjustments there. I'll come back and fight that in a second. Just wanted to grab those. We can go ahead and do these. So if you didn't know, and if others that are watching this video don't know, all you need to do is go into this situation here, go back in and out, and basically you don't have to kill the beast. You pretty much just have to do this, and then day one, you can get all of your challenges met, which is pretty cool. So we'll grab a couple more of these ones, and that is pretty much it. Have you been spending them? Let me have a look. You have been spending them. Interesting. What have you been buying? What have you been buying? You have been buying the legendary shards. Okay, very good, very good. We're probably just going to grab the rest of these ones out anyway because I feel like that isn't a bad option. We're going to be checking out your beasts as well. I'll keep some of these ones, the veggies, just because we don't know what your training pool situation is. And potentially we could be using them for that as well. I'll just keep those on the side. East Wind. Why don't we just grab these ones out? Might as well. Might as well. You might even be able to grab some imperishable gear sets. That'll be cool. Yeah, but it is a bit of a pickle. And I say that because for a nearly 2.5 billion, 250 billion power account, being away is actually really hard. And that is mainly because they just don't have a kill ability. They do have high survivability, but they don't have yeah, they just can't finish people off. And then sadly, you went for Hojo instead of Oda. If you actually had gotten Oda, you would have increased your kill ability by about tenfold, just because this nation lacks finishes. But anyway, we're gonna go into it. We are going to do some adjustments, and I think I think that we can fix some things. We can fix some things. I'm pretty adamant. I'm pretty adamant that we should be able to do some stuff. First things first, though, we are going to be taking all of these off, and the reason being is that we do not need those on you. What is this? This is Meng D's. This is Serpent Scripture. You can keep that, that's fine, but we are going to be throwing all of that on you. So we want to be enhancing your abilities here. So we are going to throw the soul transformed sets on you. And the reason being is because this guy is literally going to be the finisher. So Shao, yeah, look, Shao P, he probably seems like a good choice, but the reality is he's not a DPS. He's just pure support. Are you running a full imperishable gear set? I would actually run the imperishable gear set on this guy instead because he's just a better option. To be completely honest with you, he is a much better option. So we are going to run some of these ones on. We can do a split set here. Do we have any split sets going on for you? We don't. Have you got any? You don't. Interesting. Interesting. What can we do to get that split set? It would have been nice. Let me have a look in your bag for a second. We might be able to get away with it. Do you have any boot shards? You do. Ooh, you do have some boot shards. So we will be investing in the boots. We might not be able to grab all the boots just yet, but I would strongly recommend investing in the boots. Every single day, you probably want to grab all of these. I would recommend these ones. We're going to check out Glory Hall in a second. This is probably where you will be making most of your purchases. I would I would recommend anyone that's watching grab these ones. I actually could have just done the max there. We did hit reset. What are you on? You're level 42. Level 42. Okay, so you need to get the level 45 to unlock that. That's alright. We'll just cheese through this. We'll grab those and do the completion. Because, of course, there is the wishing shop where you can grab that one as well. Wish shop, though. Anything worth buying? You got 3,000 coins. I would still recommend grabbing these ones every single day. I grab those ones as well. I get these. I would get these. That's pretty much stock standard. For anyone that doesn't know, grab your 5 here, grab your mythic stone every single day, and then work on your mythic gear set and your mythic, what are these things called? Talismans? I don't know, charms. Work on the charms. Your titles as well, I would grab those every now and then because they do stack up. You don't have to spend on it just yet. Indexes, that's fine. Honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about that. It is nice for the scores, of course, for the PvP and the PvP damage reductions, but the reality is there are better things to invest in. How are we going with the beast situation? Okay, so you haven't quite maxed out your legendaries yet. You do have the mythics, which is great. What is your Karkadon level? Karkadon. Okay, so your Karkadon's actually 7-star. Interesting. And you're running that as an assist. Well, it's not a bad idea. Obviously, which one are you missing? You're missing none of them, actually, now I think about it. I don't expect you to have purchased the Devourer just yet. I would probably work on... It's hard. I don't know. Heaven's Dragon's got a little bit more utility these days. You do have one Heaven's Dragon, so I think we might be able to get you up to 6-star for that one. Let's have a look in the bag. How many shards do we have of Heaven's Dragon? Let me have a look. 46. Okay, so we should be able to get... I want to say we should be able to get that, but you never know, right? You never know. Let me just grab that. We're going to go with Heaven's Dragon. And did you buy Where is it? Did you buy this one yet? You did not. So we're going to grab those ones as well. Just because I feel like it's, yeah, we're just going to grab those ones as well. We only need 19. And boom. I think that will be a good addition. Can get you leveled up to 6-star. And then after that, I mean, you know, you're going to have to get 3 of them. But there you go. Got you the 6-star Heaven's Dragon. Not that the power really makes too much of a difference on these accounts. You don't really have any mythic gear, which is fine. Most players don't. A lot of people are just working with the G4. All your beasts look fine. Honestly, there's not really a lot of variety that you can get with your beasts, but yeah, it's always nice. Work towards those things. Stark Armor, and of course the Star Compass. Have you unlocked everything? I think you have. You probably need to keep doing it just to unlock the last bit over here. Yeah, that makes sense. This one's a pain in the backside. It doesn't give you a lot of power, but you know, most players will keep doing it. Legion Totems, that's fine. Not really something we need to talk about. Overall, not a bad account. But like I said, I would probably not focus on running this guy. I would run this guy fully offensive, and then when I co-opt, what do we want to co-op you with? Dragon's Blade makes sense. Let's go ahead and do that. You can run the Gourd on this guy, mainly because, you know, it works for him. He doesn't necessarily have to go round one. You can mix and match. You can mix and match. I personally would say that we'll throw that in there just because we don't want to we don't want to lower your power too much. There we go. All right, we'll throw that into that one. How are we going with the mythicizing process? Okay. All right. So you're a little bit short on that, which is fine. Everybody works towards that. Tactics wise, what tactics are you running? So you're actually running Dragon's Flame on him. Yeah, no, we're not going to be doing that. We are going to be running that on you. Defensive wise, we can throw 6 secrets on you. I'm just trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. Let me use my brain. Where are you? Let me have a look. I don't think you start with full ultimate, do you? Ah, no, you don't. That's why. That's why I run this like this. I'm like trying to remember how I run this on my way account. And this is not what you run. Okay, come back here. Come back here. No, not that button. Come here. We're gonna remove you. We are gonna run the sword on you. Yes, 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 yes. All right, we're gonna run the sword on you. We're gonna co-opt it with this one, which is fine. In terms of like controllability, you could potentially get away with running the yes, maybe I would change that out for the moon fan. But it's okay. It's alright. It's just silence. Honestly, I don't feel like the one thing Wei does not lack is control. It's not totally necessarily run that on him. But Dragon's Blade, the Jade Halberd is actually designed for War God Liao Zhang in a lot of ways. Whew. If we were close, honestly, I would regress this. I would legitimately regress this and just build the boots for you. Do you have a +1 on anyone else? You do not. You do not. Do you have any shards? How many shards have you got? My recommendation is once you get those extra 15 imperishable shards, I would regress this. So you can go into the shop and actually regress this. Where is it? Where is it? Let me have a look. Transformation. So you can get these shards back, the 50 boot shards. I would do that, and I would build a set of imperishable gear set for your boots and stick that on Xiao Pi. and run a full set there. A lot of players like early game they so yeah let's just keep ranking these ones up, and that's okay. But the reality is, stick it on your strong DPS, and Sharpie is not really a strong DPS. So when we go back into it, is there anything else that we can level up potentially? Anything else? Anything else? You already maxed that out. It's just nitpicking at this stage. It's just nitpicking at this stage. Let's just try again. One last look before we jump into it. How are you going with your these ones? Shield gain increased by 10%. Right. Firewatch attraction. What do you got? Deception Inferno. Yeah. We're gonna run that on you. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because this guy here is an absolute monster. He is an absolute monster when it comes to DPS. So what do you got? You've got Deception Inferno, Godhead, Defense, Critical Strike, Pierce. You've got Guard, Resist, Blazing. What's this one? Evasion, Attack Percentage. So we're going to change you to Blazing, Block to Attack, and Damage Reduction to... That's fine. We just keep that one. That's okay. We're just going to make you a little bit more tanky. We'll go HP. HP. Also, have you been doing these ones is the question. That's always the next question. It looks like you have been, which is great. I always forget about doing those ones. But did you have anyone else with anything else that is worthwhile taking? So blazing off you. You do not need blazing. You do not need blazing. So change you to blazing. And I'll throw block on you. Hojo is purely a support hero, so don't worry too much about him. Did you, okay, so you ranked them all up to, that's interesting. So you have been ranking these ones up. I don't really want to get into it, like, because the video will just go on for 2 hours, and I'm not, we're not going to do a 2-hour video. But what I was thinking is, if you wanted to, you could potentially regress Hojo's, and I would probably then stick everything into War God to get him into the ring stage. So the next one above 7-star. If you can have a look at it. I don't know if it'll show you. Is there a one? But yeah, okay. I would probably regress and stick that in because he gets extra accuracy and evasion. Let's have a look at you in terms of statistics though. 85% accuracy. Your accuracy's up. Nice. Yeah. Do I want to run an offensive one on him? You don't have any other offensive tactics, do you? Yes, you do. Alright, remove you. We're going to run that on you. And we're going to run that on you. And I think that we can jump back into do some PvP. I'm going to test this out and see. I have a pretty good feeling that this is going to help you out in the long run. This is the way I would run this account. Where are we? 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 What was I looking at before? That's right. I was here. Yes. Let's go in and fight this guy here. Let's go attack. No, come on. Attack now. Formation wise, this is the way we're going to run your formation. So we're going to go slot 1, then you're going to go War God, then you're going to go Xiao P, and then Xiao Ji, and then you're going to run another Xiao Ji, and a Hojo is going to be in that slot there. And you're going to run it like this. Ooh, Snapchat team sent a message. Piss off, Snapchat team. We don't care about you. Let's jump into this one. The reason why I would believe to run the Mythic Sword on this guy is because he has the ability to stun lock. and he is just a lot better in terms of raw damage compared to that. Also, when he does his ultimate ability, he gets the Tiger Shield, meaning he cannot be killed that round. It takes 2 rounds to kill him, so he has more opportunity to absorb more damage. Also, you want to run him with as much. I want to say you want to run him with as much energy or rage regeneration. So I swapped all of Deceptions over to him. So every round you hope that he can get his rage back. Sometimes he won't, which is fine, but the main goal is for him to keep generating rage. So every single round he has a chance to do his rage ability. And his rage ability does splash damage, and it also has I want to say, a stun factor. He's very, very strong. Papa Chu is very, very strong. And I feel like him and Liao Zhang are your carry heroes. So I understand why you would stick all your best gear on Xiaopi, but Xiaopi is not a DPS. Xiaopi is pure support. Yes, they have the capacity to do damage, but the reality is, yeah, they're not going to be carrying your team to victory. The ones that are going to be carrying your team to victory are going to be Papa Chu and Liao Zhang. Um, it's just slow and steady. And of course, if Sharpie does die, he will be resurrected, which is also good. The reason too that you want to run him a little bit more tankier is because of his passive ability for paralysis. So every time, well, as long as he's on the field, every time a hero gets hit, they have a 20% chance to paralyze the enemy for every action done against your enemy team. And that's pretty much the only reason that he is a viable transformation. Eventually, we're going to kill these people, though. I believe you do get a damage buff with that second ultimate. But I don't know. I don't know. I have to read his passive skills again. It is a long ass fight. We'll get there. Come on. Papa Chu, kill him with wreckage. You stunned him. That's what we want to see. I would probably work on getting up your Xiaopi to 5 star. And if you want to keep Shu Chao Zhu, Papa Chu, I would recommend getting him up to 5 star as well. And then work on Liao Zhang in between. So you probably want to be buying the shards from the shop. Alright, so we got there in the end. Let's have a look in terms of DPS. Now, that's a significant difference. That is a significant difference. And of course, Sharpie is still going to be doing damage with the Phoenix Gourd. He will heal a lot because that is the purpose of the Phoenix Gourd, so he can keep the team alive a lot longer. But this guy here, definitely slot 1. War God, though, he really is designed to kill everything. So just keep that in mind. Keep running him. Obviously, it's up to you. It's your account. But that's my recommendation in terms of this. If you are looking to potentially branch out, the best combination charm for Way Nation is the Generation 2 Mythic. So if you have the opportunity later on, I would recommend grabbing... where is he? Where is he? This one. I'll grab this one because this is based off damage increasing. So every 10% HP is lost of the enemy increases your damage for 4%. All heroes is increased by 50% for 2 rounds, and it stacks. Okay, so this actually does stack up. It is pretty important because Way Nation lacks the ability to kill, which is kind of sad, but it is a fact. Unfortunately, there's not really too many options for a pure Way Nation. So my advice: keep building Liao Zhang, keep building Papa Chu, and get him to 5 star. At 5 star, he unlocks a little bit better in terms of his passive. This is pretty much the stock standard. I would get his boots for the rest of it. But that's pretty much how we're going to do it. Let's go and jump into some PvP though. Let's see if we can climb up the ladder a little bit. Where are you in terms of that? Let's give you a fight. Oh, you're gonna fight a warlord. I see. Okay, you're probably gonna lose this one. But you never know. He does have Lubu. We'll fight him a couple times. We'll see how we go. He is a little bit stronger than you. And, oh, yep, Papa Chew doing his job, though. Got the stuns off. Unfortunately, Dank Stash is a pain in the backside. I love you, Dank. But it's the truth. I wonder if we can slay Lubu in the back row. We could not. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I think he might be getting, oh, I was going to say reflected damage, but from where? From where is the question? Oh no, Papa Chew got. Oh yeah, he reflected. Did you see that? He went from like nearly full health to almost completely dead. Pixiu, the bane of existence. But I think you probably could get this. Not gonna lie, you could probably grab this. It's just a little bit of RNG, I'd say. A little bit of RNG. Still, let's keep going. Let's have a look on see the statistics here. Dank Stash, pretty obvious. Of course, that was to be expected. Let's fight a couple more times. Let's see if there's any different outcomes. We can always just skip ahead. Again, not bad. The healing, very nice on Xiao P. And we can skip ahead one more time. I don't think the thing with this is, unfortunately, late game, Way Nation sort of falls off when you're in terms of like equal account power levels, which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I mean, early game they're a fantastic nation to push, but I mean, if you were looking to transition across, I would probably recommend. Well, a lot of players would say Shu. Very similar. I would think Shu Nation would be a good fit for your account. It's just very expensive, unfortunately. But if you are going to do it, you are going to have to get Zhao Dun. He's going to be mandatory for your nation to stay relevant, unfortunately. And in saying that, he still is the weakest of the Generation 5. So yeah, it's going to be a tough fight. But I would seven star. You have to 7-star War God. You're gonna have to do that. That's just gonna be mandatory. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to clear a lot of content because he's gonna be your main carry hero. Um, yeah, he's gonna be the main carry hero, but that's fine. It is what it is, right? Of course, I do like the fact that you have full lockdown capacity with double Xiao Ji and of course Xiao P with the paralysis. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. I'm gonna go and find some ones in Warlords Clash that we can fight that are similar power to Lu as well. And there we go. So again, the Phoenix Sword is going to be the deciding factor for Xiao. He does shine with the Phoenix Sword over the Mythic Sword. So I would stick with that. That's my personal opinion. But as you can see, War God, he's designed. He really does need to pop off, and he's going to be the slot 2. Where else is there? Warlords Clash. Let's have a look to see. Oh, you're in here. Interesting. Let's have a look. Is there anyone around your power level? 250, 250. Da, da, da. Not really. Jeez Louise. Give me a 250. And that's 358. Wow, this is gonna take forever. 360, 450. Wow. 270. All right. 270. Where are you? Let's give you a fight. Who have you got? Oh, you're also you're also away nation. Hey, look. Papa Chew. Interesting. Oh, you've got Shingen too. And you've got Fire Deity. Very cool. But yes, as you can see, Here's Papa Chu also running the Mythic Sword in slot 1. That's pretty much mandatory for Away Nation. I would say the only difference is that he has a 7-star Xiaoji in slot 3, which makes sense. She is going to be super duper tanky. But in terms of everything else, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh god, he's not running the. Oh, actually, now I know why. It's because Shingen's so squishy. If he wasn't running it, he'd probably be dead by now. This makes sense. This makes sense. Oh no, we got stunned. That sucks. That sucks. Papa Chu's gonna die. Yep. Yeah. Uh. I mean, it is what it is. Sadly, yeah, gonna have to keep working on this account, and the reason being is it's just I'm not sure if you just inflated this account really early on to get battle power. What is your index score like? Let me have a look. Let me have a look. You really do need to work on your legendaries. 52k is pretty low. Index ranking. You're ranked number 4th. Okay. Hmm. Okay. You probably want to work on your legendaries next. I know you probably want to do your beast, but I would just grab your some of the legendaries if you haven't already got them yet. So where are they? Which ones haven't you gotten? Maybe you have got them all. Maybe I was mistaken before. Okay, so you got to get Lu Bu, Zhao Shi, yeah, Zhu Zhang. I mean, don't worry about the time heroes. It's just going to be a bit of a grind for you, honestly. It's still a nice account, but it sadly is a reflection that late game Wei teams are not really, they're not viable compared to other nations, sadly. And the reality is that you will just have to either stick around and hope for the best, but even in saying that, Wei Nation don't really get any really strong heroes. Their god tier heroes aren't even that strong, which is really, really sad because I really enjoy playing Wei Nation. But if I was you and you want to keep playing the game, I would, like I said, get to 7-star War God, work on Tiger Shu up to 7-star. Basically, get rid of Hojo next. He needs to be replaced for Jardin, and then just keep working on Xiaoji because I mean it's going to take you a little while to get it a 7-star. She is worth getting the 7-star for the support feature, of course. In terms of your transformation, you can keep this one or go with Xiaopi again for the double passive ultimates. It's up to you. It really doesn't matter too much on this account because, to be honest, you already have enough control. You already have enough control. But yeah, it is what it is. Thank you for letting me play. Hopefully, this has helped you in terms of the direction you should be going in. If you do have any questions, or of course, for those that are watching, if you have any questions about Endgame Way Nations, hit us up in the comment section down below. But unfortunately, from what I've seen, there isn't really a future for Way in terms of late game progression. They're perfect for content clearance because of the control, but they fall off in terms of the damage spectrum that's required. And you'll notice that if you fight other nations or watch videos on other nations, they just, for some reason, Shu is very highly favored. Wu has some very, very kick-ass Generation 5 and 6 heroes. Warlord has always been a fairly bursty, high potential for damage nation, whereas Wei is really just been about control, which is kind of sad. If you did want to branch out into a hybrid nation, I would go with Shu. I would replace Hojo for Zhao Un, and run Zhao Un as well, and then I would probably get rid of Xiaoji and run Wei Yan. So there is potential for you to run a hybrid nation, but it is just going to cost you a little bit of time and resources in doing so. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification button, jump into our Discord in the link in the description field below. If you'd like to do some account tune-ups or reviews, hit me up there on the Discord. Of course, if you see me on Facebook, don't be afraid to say hello there and add me as a friend. But until next time.